Okay, so Sheree and Kenya, they talked to Portia and Phaedra and Matt separately, and they give their own version of what happened at the confrontation between them after everybody left the little thing that they had. Now, Sheree pretty much said, this bitch called me a hoe. She said this, she said that, and I just had to let her have it. Blah 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 blah. And Phaedra mentioned that she went to lunch with Kenya on her own, and she's just trying to see where they can go. They start off as friends first before they became sworn enemies, and they just started off on a new path. They want to get past everything that they've been through already. Kenya and Matt, after they got done talking about the Sheree fiasco, they talked about the fact that she's invited to his family reunion. And honestly, though, y'all, like I said, I don't like Kenya like that. But if Matt is what makes her happy, then I'm happy. Because, when you see people that really want to be loved and they finally get it, that's a happy feeling. And I know what that feels like, to want to find somebody to love you. And you search and you search and you search for it, and you never get that chance to have that. You know what I mean? And to see Kenya have that makes me smile, because at the end of it all, I ain't got that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have nobody to love me besides my friends and my family, but you need that special person to love you for who you are, and I ain't got that. But to see Kenya finally had it, that's an inspiration in my eyes. And I never thought I'd say anything about that bitch inspiring me to do any goddamn thing. But I feel a pain when it comes down to this right here. So, at the candy factory, it was just a regular old day. Don Juan and Carmen and Todd, they were all there with baby Ace. And all of a sudden, this foreign woman comes in. And it turns out to be the girlfriend of Candace's baby daddy, which his name is Block. I've heard about Block through the gossips on gossip sites. I've heard a lot of different stories. I heard that Candy was fucking with him when he had a woman or whatever. I don't know how true that is. That's very alleged. I don't need nobody to come for me because I ain't got no money to give. However, that's what I heard. She comes in and she decides to try to be the middleman, I guess, between Candy and Block, and she wants Block to be more involved in Riley's life. And like Candy said, she's not going to force Riley to be involved in her father's life, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, she's the child in the situation, which is true. And at the end of it all, if Block really wants a relationship with Riley, he can do it on his own. What the fuck do you need your girlfriend to come over to Candy's office, and discuss that? You should have been the one to do it. See, you already started off on the wrong foot. You got your woman doing all your work for you, and that's not a good look for you. You know what I mean? Because if I was Riley, I wouldn't want nothing to do with you off the rip, that you can be man enough to talk to me on your own when I'm your child. I don't even know this bitch. So why the fuck is she talking to me or my mother about you? You know what I mean? So he ain't really had no involvement in Riley's life, and Riley has grown tired of the relationship. She's not going to reach out. She feels like he should because she didn't ask to be here. And a lot of parents don't really understand that. You know what I mean? They didn't ask to be here. You know what I mean? None of us asked to be here. And when I was having my issues with my father, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just the simple fact that, okay, you got 6 kids. It's me and my sister that lives with me, and then you got 4 other kids with you in New Jersey. Those 4 kids get all of your time. You know what I mean? But you don't call to check on me and my sister. You act like you don't have 2 other kids to provide for. You act like you don't have 2 other kids that exist. And you wonder why we don't know you, and you wonder why we're hardened when it came to you. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel Riley, because that's how I felt about my father. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't in my life for most of it. The majority of my life, he wasn't around. He had 4 other children that got all his time, and till this day, even though he and I have a better relationship, at the end of the day, I feel like our relationship would never be the same type of relationship that he has with his other 4 kids. That's because he grew up with them. He saw every part of them. He didn't see every part of me. He didn't see every part of my sister. You know what I mean? So, and that's just the real reality of the situation. I'm a grown ass man, so it really don't matter. But let's not fool ourselves. You know what I mean? What's next on my notes, y'all? Okay, so Sheree and Bob, they discussed their future relationship. Now Bob wants to be back with Sheree. Now Sheree is kind of resistant towards that due to all the pain that they done went through already. They done been divorced and all sorts of shit. They done had child support battles and all of that. You know, funny ass courtroom exchanges, licking his tongue out in the courtroom and everything like that. They have gone through a lot of shit. And Sheree ain't trying to budge. She feels like he got to do more than serenade her, more than sing to her, do all this other extra shit for her to want to be involved with him again. And that's just the God, the honest truth. Like, I understand Sheree on that. Like, you gotta do more than just sing. You gotta do more than prance around like a big bear. You know what I mean? You get to do way more than that. You got to show me that you really want to be with me. And that's just what it is. So, I feel Sheree on that. Cynthia, Noelle, Mallory, and Cynthia's mom, they're all over Cynthia's house. And Mallory let it slip that her and Peter still have a friendship, which I'm very surprised about. Because I didn't know that Mallory even liked Peter. But when she said that, Cynthia asked her and her mom to go outside with her on the patio so they can discuss it. You know, Mallory revealed the fact that Peter said that he misses Cynthia. He really doesn't want to lose Cynthia. And, you know, Cynthia admits that she misses Peter too, but she doesn't want to be happy in a marriage. You know what I mean? Because she's seen her mother go through 2 marriages and she wasn't happy in either one, and she doesn't want to deal with the same shit at the age of 50. You know, and I know she wouldn't want that for her daughter either, to be in that same type of predicament. You know what I mean? So I understand where Cynthia coming from, and you know what? I don't like Cynthia either, but her nor Kenya have really annoyed me like that this season. So I guess they get 2 points for not annoying me so far. We in the 3rd episode, I think. So, yeah. Portia wants to have a baby by her ex. And I feel like that's the dumbest shit I have ever heard in my life. Portia, don't be so desperate to have a fucking baby. And this just screams fake ass storyline. So you gonna coon for the TV because you want a bit of sperm in your pussy. You know what I mean? Like, and then you want to have a baby by your ex-boyfriend, who already got 2 children already. 2 teenage children at that. You know what I mean? Like, girl, let's not do the childish shit. You ain't that in a rush to have no fucking baby. Portia, stop it. You know what I mean? Please stop it. If you're going to have a baby, have it the right way. Have it with somebody you love. Because when you have a baby with somebody, and Phaedra was right on there, when you have a baby with somebody, this is a person that you got to deal with for the rest of your fucking life. Look at what Candy got to deal with Block and Riley. You don't want to go through that shit. So stop it. Okay, so Kenya meets Matt's family. They go out for lunch, and Matt's sister is not here for Kenya. Like, she is not here for Kenya at all. You would think that the mother would be somewhere grilling Kenya's ass like a dog. It was really Matt's sister grilling the fuck out of her. Like, what about Matt's wants? It's not all about Kenya and all of that. And you know, it was really, really crazy. Like, Matt's sister had it out for Kenya, and then when they got to the family reunion, she still was talking about how uncertain she is and how she's protective of her little brother. And I understand it. But girl, give Kenya a damn chance. Like, yeah, she's a bit fake, like her ass. Yeah, she can get on your nerves by all this overacting that she does. But give the girl a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, Matt obviously seems to love her, and she obviously seems to love him too. Like, give the 2 a chance, you know what I mean? Because people are going to have their rough patches. Yeah, they have an age difference, but it don't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, it don't really matter that she's that much older than him. If they love each other, let them work it out. If the shit don't work out, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Shit just don't work out sometimes. That's just what it is. That's life. So, on the way to the dentist, Candy decides to have this conversation with Riley about her dad's girlfriend coming by to see her. And Riley said that this conversation is voided. Riley ain't here for this conversation because she feel like he should reach out, not her dad's girlfriend. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. You know what I mean? Like at the end of it all, if you want to have something to do with me, you reach out to me. Don't have no second party doing it, because when you have a second party doing it, that makes me push myself further and further away from you. If you want to talk to me, you want to reach out to me, you do it on your own. You're my father. Act like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop acting like a punk ass bitch at the end of the day. Like, if you really want a part in my life, you act like you want a part in my life. Don't have your woman doing it. I don't even know that bitch, so don't have your woman doing that. You know what I mean? It's fucked up and it's bullshit. So that leads me to the last scene. Candy and Sheree, they have a conversation about the shit, and then next thing you know, Lena having a conversation with Block and his girlfriend. Now, I didn't quite understand, if Lena being Candy's friend, why the fuck is she in scenes with Block? And why the fuck is Block even on here? You know what I mean? He making it seem like Candy kept her away from him. But I don't really believe that Candy kept Riley away from Block. I mean, honestly, because she tried to get Riley to have a relationship with Block. And even though she can't stand him, she still wanted Riley to be a part of his life, because she wasn't a part of her own father's life, just like Sheree wasn't a part of her father's life. You know what I mean? And nobody wants their child to have the same struggles as them. And if I wanted a child, I would be in my child's life. Mainly because of the fact that my father wasn't in my life. You know what I mean? And I had a stepfather, an abusive one at that, as a substitute for me. You know what I mean? And that wasn't the best substitute. Now, I have better relationships with both of these men, but I'm always going to keep it real when it comes down to it. Nobody wants to not have their father in their life, and nobody wants to have an abusive replacement either. That's not a good feeling. I mean, neither man that was in my life growing up was really worth shit, and that's just to be quite honest. And you know, no matter what our relationship is today, because it's better with both of them, as I said, but they weren't shit when I was growing up, and that's just what it is. I don't give a fuck who gets offended by it. I speak the fucking truth. That's just what it is. They weren't shit, but that's just what it is. So, you know, and to see Candy crying about it and how Block ain't been there and shit, it was really fucked up to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I think that Candy's storyline is the most interesting one. That storyline, then Cynthia and Peters. You know what I mean? So they're gonna give me what I need this season. You know, this episode was very good. I was mainly into it the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to y'all. Kudos to Candy, Kenya, Sheree, Cynthia, Portia, and Paige for giving me a very entertaining episode without the ratchetry. You know what I mean? I can really appreciate that, y'all. But with that being said, y'all, this is my review on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. My next review will be Married to Medicine, which I'll probably do when I get up in the morning. And I'm out of here, y'all. Till next time, holla, holla. Show the swing my way. Show look good.